What's going on with all my billionaires out there? This the guy, Hoods Billionaire. Welcome to Hoods Billionaire TV. Big favor, big abundance. On today's episode, we got Book Club Sundays. Book Club Sundays. And on today's Book Club Sunday, we're going to be talking about 50 Cent. Hustle harder, hustle smarter. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This is definitely a really good book. First off, 50 Cent he be dropping a lot of game. 50 Cent probably one of the most knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying, and financially literate music moguls that there is in the game, you know what I'm saying, who just understands the entertainment business as a whole. Like, you know what I'm saying? That nigga 50, he a boss. And one thing we gonna say about 50, with that everybody verifies, and we hear this constantly, and it's only a few niggas that we hear this constantly about, but 50 Cent is a real street nigga. You know what I'm saying? A real certified street nigga that every New York nigga always acknowledge and respect and say, man, yeah, that nigga was a real street nigga. You know what I'm saying? So 50 a real street nigga, and he made it from that, getting shot 9 times, damn near dying, and to being what he is right now. That in itself is all the criteria I need to want to soak up as much game from you as I possibly can. You feel what I'm saying? Like nigga, teach me the ways of how you move through these situations. You know what I'm saying? So I can know. Um, so that boy 50, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this book full of game talks about, you know, his humble beginnings in Queens that everybody know, his grandma, his grandparents, how he was moving in the streets, how he used to box as a young kid, you know what I'm saying? He got in the boxing gym, he was always cocky, you know what I'm saying? And just talked about his situation and how it happened, and how he beefed with Ja Rule, and, you know, pretty much kind of what it was over. 50 always felt like he was the realer nigga, and you know what I'm saying? He just felt like Ja wasn't a real nigga, but he had real niggas around him. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that was what that was, and they ended up, you know, having beef behind that. He ended up getting shot, you know what I'm saying? And coming back from that, got his deal with M, linked up with M, you know what I'm saying? And wasn't even really just on the beef shit at first, you feel what I'm saying? He wasn't even on it, but you know, them niggas, you know, kept pressing it on some shit. So, you know, he just went ahead and defended himself and crushed niggas. But after that, it kind of get into like the real game, which is what I'm in there looking for. You know, I always want to hear somebody's backstory, but it's like I want to hear the game. You know what I'm saying? And he just started talking about like guy Bangles Smurf that used to be with him. He was talking about how he had to let him go. He started realizing, you know, niggas have to have value and can't be liabilities that's around you. He's like, he had been fucking with Bangles Smurf, but this nigga had punched his like manager in the face over a free throwback, like some throwback jerseys that Mitchell Ness just gave them, you know what I'm saying? And they both wanted the same jersey, and this nigga punched this nigga in the face and had a fight with the nigga over a throwback jersey. And Phil was like, I can't rock with this nigga, bro. Like, you can't, where I'm trying to go, that type of behavior not gonna be tolerated. So, you know what I'm saying? He had to let the nigga go because he saw that shit like that was gonna be a problem. Was talking about niggas who did some work on it was either Get Rich or Die Trying or it was The Massacre, but a nigga did some work on one of them albums, and he wanted to get cashed out, and 50 was saying, well, I can give you some points on the album, you know what I'm saying? You either want to get cash, you get points, you know what I'm saying? I give you some points on the album. And dude was like, fuck nah, he wanted the cash, you know what I'm saying? And he ended up getting cashed out, I think for like 100,000 or something like that, 50, 100, 150, somewhere around that range. And the points on the album ended up being worth like a couple million. If you don't know what a point is a percent. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a point, let's say Get Rich or Die Trying sold 10 million copies, you know what I'm saying? That's $100 million. You know what I'm saying? That it generated. It generated $100 million. If you own 2%, 1 or 2% of that, that's $1 or $2 million. You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's he's like he fucked off by passing up the percentage points, wanting the cash up front. And 50 was talking about equity. He's like, that's, you know, he was learning how having equity in businesses make much more sense than getting cashed out. He talked about his vitamin water deal and how that for that deal originally went to Ron Artest. Ron Artest wanted money up front. Vitamin Water didn't have the money to give him up front. They told him they'll give him some equity in the company, and he didn't want that. He wanted the money up front. When they brought the deal to 50, 50 saw the genius in the move and was like, okay, yeah, I'll take that. I'll take the equity in the company. Then when Coca-Cola came and bought him for, you know what I'm saying, damn near $1 billion, that's how he made that 200, 300 million, you know what I'm saying? Because he had like 20, 30% equity in the company. And so he was just started talking about that and how he wanted to be more of a humanitarian and shit with his family, his baby mama, kind of how his situation with his baby mama and his son, you know what I'm saying, how that it kind of molded him and kind of made him feel a certain way, and how he trying to open up, you know what I'm saying, how he loved his younger son, and his younger son show him a different type of love and affection that help him to open up. And I understand that, you know what I'm saying. I know exactly, like, you know what I'm saying, that type of situation where it's kind of like, you know, you gotta not put on the hard shell all the time. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like he giving real game in that motherfucker. Like he dropping a lot of gems in there. You know what I'm saying? A lot of gems. He said talk about Lloyd Banks, talking about how, you know, Lloyd Banks didn't want to change his sound. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what happened to him. But if you kind of look at it full circle, Lloyd Banks stayed true to his sound, and the sound came back around with Benny the Butcher and all them. Griselda, they brought that New York, grimy New York sound back. So now he back on, you know what I'm saying, in the mix, in the loop. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that part is perspective. Shit like that be perspective. You feel what I'm saying? But like, he dropping a lot of good game in there. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with 50. I fuck with how he move. You know what I'm saying? And the shit with power. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of different shit. He dropping a lot of game in there, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. If you listen to the book or you read the book, let me know what you think about it. If you haven't listened to it, check it out. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Also, don't forget about our Cash App giveaway. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like a post, and comment your Cash App name. We announcing 2 winners on August 14th. Just the guy who is being there. Big favor, big abundance. I'm gone.